What is up, everyone? We got a new Batman #1. Now, DC isn't the same as Marvel. They're not constantly rebooting with new #1s all the time. So, this is actually a special occasion. We haven't gotten a ton of Batman #1s. So, this is a little bit of a big deal. We got a new creative team, Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez. They're taking over. Batman's in a bit of a weird spot because you have the Hush 2 storyline that's going on right now, but got delayed because Jim Lee is slow as dirt. So it's kind of weird, especially because this takes place after, like, right after the Zdarsky run and not after Hush 2. So we're in a bit of a weird spot. But I wanted to talk about this because I was excited for this because Zdarsky's run on Batman was absolutely terrible. I hated it. Jeff Loeb right now is doing a very weird run on Hush 2. It's not very good. It's not my cup of tea. It looks pretty. I like what Jim Lee's doing, but it's very much been there, done that, and it feels like it's being written by a guy that hasn't read a Batman comic in like 20 years. So I was excited for what Matt Fraction was going to do. And of course, Jorge Jimenez is the GOAT. He's amazing. So I knew he was going to be great on here. He was the one good part of Zdarsky's run. So first off, before we get into it, I just want to say spoilers. If you haven't read the issue, I'm obviously going to be spoiling it. I just want to give you that warning, and let's get into it. So the issue opens up with Jim Gordon now as a beat cop. Yeah, if you didn't read Zdarsky's run, you're not alone. It was terrible. I read the first bit of it, hated it, and dipped out because just all of that stuff with Failsafe was terrible, and I was not a fan of that run. And then I would occasionally come back every like 8 issues or so and be like, oh, is it decent now? Nope, it's terrible. Okay, I'm checking out. Anyways, I did read the last couple issues before this to get caught up on what happened and what was going on, because this does take place right after Zdarsky's run. It's not like, oh, it's a new run, it's completely doing away with everything I was doing for it. No, there's a lot of things from Zdarsky's run that's still in here. There's baggage, which is unfortunate. Gordon retired from being commissioner a while ago before Zdarsky's run. I can't remember. I think it was during Joker War or around that time, because James Gordon Jr. died, and I think that kind of messed up and that caused it. But there was also the whole like You're the Villain thing where the Batman Who Laughs had like infected him, and that messed him as well. Anyway, a lot of stuff happened with Gordon, and he retired from being commissioner is basically all you need to know. But anyways, during Zdarsky's run, there was this guy that was the mayor, and Jim Gordon slept with his wife, and then Jim Gordon killed the mayor. But the Mad Hatter, well, it was Edward Nigma, it was the Riddler, had used Mad Hatter tech to brainwash Commissioner Gordon into killing him, but then also not really, because when Commissioner Gordon fought the mayor of the guy, they got in a little fight, and the mayor broke the glasses that were being used to mind control to hypnotize Jim Gordon. It snapped him out of it, and Jim Gordon still pulled his gun and shot him. So Jim's kind of a stone cold murderer, although they did have Batman say in that issue, Batman was like, but even though the glasses that were used to mind control you broken, Mad Hatter's mind control has lasting effects. And Jim's like, no, it was me. It wasn't anyone else that did it. It was Jim Gordon that did it. It's like, oh, so Zdarsky just made Jim Gordon a cold-blooded murderer. He slept with the guy's wife and then killed the guy. Yeah, Jim wasn't exactly a good guy. And then at the end of that, Jim Gordon's like, I'm going to go and work for the GCPD and work my way back up because this is all I know how to do. And also, as you'll see in this issue, Vandal Savage is commissioner because there was this guy, Leonid Cole, who had like infiltrated and taken over the Court of Owls. He's like this Russian guy working for the Russian government, and he installed Vandal Savage as the commissioner of the GCPD. Yeah, it makes no sense. It's really stupid. It's dumb as hell. Again, Zdarsky did some dumb shit during his Batman run, and it carries over here. So now Jim Gordon's a beat cop, and Vandal Savage is commissioner of the GCPD. It's stupid. Anyways, the opening incident in this issue is Killer Croc breaking out of Arkham Towers and Batman investigating. He talks to the doctor there at Arkham Towers, and she's like, oh, Killer Croc was making such good progress. He was doing good. He hadn't done anything bad in a while. Please don't hurt him, Batman. Bring him back. He's a good guy. And Batman goes, people never change. That's something you'll learn or whatever. And I thought that was really stupid. Batman, of all people, saying people can't change makes no sense at all and is fundamentally against his character, because if he truly believed people can't change, then he would kill every villain in Gotham. Like, all of them would be dead. Why are all these people still out and about? Why does he keep throwing them in the revolving door of Arkham Asylum and Blackgate? It makes no sense. This is completely opposite of a comic that I just made a video on that I praised, which was Robin and Batman Jason Todd, where in that, Bruce throughout the entire series is just a optimist, the ultimate optimist. I love it. The whole time, like, there's just such horrible things coming from Jason, bad vibes all around. And Bruce the whole time is just ever the optimist and sees the good in Jason. And I love that. And then you flip to this comic and Bruce is like, people don't ever change. They are who they are. It's like, that doesn't work for Batman. That doesn't make sense. That's pretty stupid. But I will say, aside from that, I like Matt Fraction's voice for Bruce. The way he talks in this issue is, I like it. I think he has a good voice for Bruce. Other than that, but that whole thing is like, that's fundamentally against everything Batman believes. That makes no sense. Why wouldn't he just kill everyone if he thinks they can't change? That is very stupid. But anyways, he then goes and he follows Croc, and we see some things that very much reminded me of the Arkham games. We see Batman run some people over with the Batmobile. We see him follow blood trails with with detective vision. It was like, oh, this is very much giving me Arkham vibes. But there's a great scene where these dudes are taking over like a park in Gotham, and they're going after these girls to do some not great things. And Batman saves the girls, and then he has to still go after Killer Croc. And they're like, "What? You're gonna leave us alone?" He's like, "No, of course not, never." And he tells the Batmobile to protect them, and it's like, oh, that was really cool. I like that. That whole bit was really cool. And you see that the reason this park is overrun is because the GCPD is under control of Vandal Savage, and Vandal Savage doesn't see that as a problem. Like, this gang or whatever had taken over this park in Gotham, and just Vandal Savage was like, doesn't matter that women are getting assaulted in this park. We got other things that we need to do. So you see that Batman is having to go even further in Gotham to take control of things because the GCP is even worse than normal now. And speaking of Vandal Savage, we get a little bit of him where he shows that they have these new sort of like special forces unit in Gotham, which is really, it's not like we've seen that before. It's very much been there, done that, where it's like, oh, the police are against Batman and they're anti-vigilante and they're going to start arresting superheroes. And now they have a special sort of task force or special forces to help them do that. Wow, never seen that before in a Batman comic. This is very new. That stuff I didn't care for. What I did care for, though, was the blue Batman suit. It looks so good. It was very refreshing to see a blue suit. It looks great. Jorge Jimenez is amazing as always. I loved seeing him draw this blue suit. It looks so good throughout the entire issue. Oh man, I love this suit. I'm so glad they decided, whoever made the decision, whether it was Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez, whoever, such a good decision to bring in the blue suit for this. It's so cool. Also, throughout this issue, there's an Alfred AI that Bruce talks to, because remember, Tom King had Bane kill Alfred, so Alfred's been gone since then. And so to fill that hole of being like, hey, Alfred's a central character to Batman, he's very important and he's very useful in telling stories with Batman, we're just going to have AI Alfred. It's like he didn't even die. So he's talking to him throughout this, and Alfred's like, Master Bruce, what if I think her name's Zeller, Dr. Zeller is right, and people do change, and people can change, and Bruce is like, we'll see. So he hunts down Killer Croc, he finds him, he's at like Natural History Museum at this like butterfly exhibit or something, he's like mesmerized, and Bruce is about to punch him, about to like throw down, fight him with these like electric gauntlets, and then AI Alfred's like, maybe he's in some type of thing where he's like rebooting and now he's like a child again. And Bruce realizes that AI Alfred's right, so he takes off his cowl and starts talking to him man to man, to baby Croc. And it's a nice moment. I really liked it. I thought it was good. I feel like you could have got here without having Bruce making the statement of people never change. It's really weird to have Bruce learn that lesson in this issue when it's like, it's not a lesson he needed to learn. It's like having Batman learn the lessons that like shooting innocent people is bad. It's like, I think he learned that a long time ago. I think he knows that. Like, there's just certain things where it's like, oh, Bruce needs to learn that the bad guys can change. It's like, we've been there. We already know that. But it is a nice moment. I like it. It's sweet. It's good. I thought it was a good little moment at the end with Bruce and Croc. It's just having Bruce say that people can't change and have him learn that, oh, people can change because of this Dr. Zeller and AI Alfred just was like unneeded, in my opinion. And Bruce is able to get Croc back to Arkham Towers. The doctors come in and they pick him up and he's all peaceful and good now. He's not violent Croc. So Bruce solved the problem without any need of punching Croc in the face. So that was nice. And then we see that Bruce gets a call from Tim Drake because he's getting arrested by the GCPD. Because, again, the GCPD are now anti-vigilante and they're hunting the heroes because they're under the control of Vandal Savage. And that's the end of the issue. So, overall, I thought it was good. I liked the issue. It's probably better than every single issue of Hush 2, which isn't saying much. but it's still not better than most Batman books out right now. It's not better than Absolute Batman. It's not better than Dark Pattern. It's not better than Batman and Robin. So it's like the fourth best Batman book out right now. With, again, it's just one issue. But yeah, it's, if you wanted to check it out, I would definitely say give it a shot. It's worth reading. It's worth it. If you were interested, it's worth reading. If you weren't, I don't know, maybe wait. But I liked it. I thought it was a good issue. There's just some things here and there where it's like, it felt been there, done that. It wasn't that interesting. But it is gorgeous because it's Jorge Jimenez. And I saw something about Matt Fraction saying that each issue is going to be like a one and done story. Like everything's going to be, it's all happening in the same Gotham around the same time period and all that. But it's like, each one will have a beginning, middle, and end. Each issue, it'll all be like, oh, there we go, like sort of one-shot issues. So that'll be interesting to see how this goes. I don't know. I'm open to it. See how it is, considering we have, Hush, which is like this big 12-part epic, and then have Matt Fraction's run, which will mostly just be like one and done story. So that'll be interesting. But setting up Vandal Savage as police commissioner, well, taking off with what Zdarsky did, keeping that thread of Vandal Savage being commissioner of the GCPD and having that be a big element, I could not care less. I don't care. And seeing Jim Gordon be a beat cop and continuing that whole thing of just like, man, I wish we could have kind of forgot about how he just murdered a man that he slept with her with his wife. I kind of wish we would have just like acted like that didn't happen instead of we're continuing that too. It's like, man, why are we continuing the terrible things from Zdarsky's run? No one was like, man, I really hope they continue these awful threads from Zdarsky's run. But anyways, it's better than Hush 2 so far. I'm looking forward to what happens next. And at the end of the day, at least we got Jorge Jimenez on here, so it'll look good. But also, I'll say, again, other than the whole, like, people can't change things, I liked the way Batman talked in the issue. I thought Fraction had a good voice for him, which is something I was worried about because Fraction is more of, like, the silly Billy guy. He's a bit more on the silly side for the most part with a lot of the comics of his that I've read. And so it's nice to see that he had a good voice for Batman for the most part. So anyways, that's it. I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. If you read this issue, what do you think about it? I really want to hear, because I have not really looked online to see what people's opinions are. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all later.
Hey, skinny boy, saucy boy, I be running to the bank. Yeah, I hit the gas in the whip full tank. Riding past the ocean while I'm listening to Frank.